much of his teaching specifically toward the people of Israel. There were probably at least 4 ways in which Jesus' kingdom message resonated with the themes of the Jewish prophets and the themes they'd been talking about for centuries. Jesus spoke on behalf of the poor. He emphasized the inward sincerity of the heart, not just doing the right things on the outside. Jesus spoke on the coming judgment against hypocrisy, and he spoke on the coming judgment against injustice. Jesus echoed and intensified the prophetic message, saying that a new world order was possible and that it was coming in and with and through himself. It would be a new world where the poor would be embraced and where we count what is inside the heart, not just what's professed on the outside. It'd be a new world in which evil in all its forms would be exposed, named, and dealt with. A new world where justice, integrity, and peace would overcome. Here's the catch. Everybody thought the kingdom of God was something coming later on, after the Romans were eliminated, which in turn couldn't happen for the Zealots until later, after the Jews were mobilized in a military way and led by a great military liberator, or interestingly, a Messiah. That couldn't happen for the prostitutes until after for the Pharisees, until after the prostitutes and the drunks and the bad people were reformed or eliminated altogether. So when you put all these situations together, nobody thought the kingdom was going to become a reality now or then. All these people thought that they had time, that the kingdom of God was something that would show up later on when things were just right. But Jesus came with a new message, saying the kingdom of God is here now. Then we see this revolutionary message that Jesus carried, which might be expressed as a series of episodes. You could call the first episode the episode of creation, the story of Adam and Eve in which God created and started everything. The second episode would be crisis, where sin entered the world and humanity fell. And then God puts this crisis response team together in the form of a family or lineage of people who through generations remember their creator and their purpose and seek to bring God's story to its fruition. That's the third episode of the story, the calling. God continued to call out to his people. Then we see the fourth episode, the conflict, where God's people have been preserved. But after the kingdom of David, Israel slowly begins to deteriorate until everything is in shambles. Now, imagine Jesus grew up with these episodes in mind. He knew this story. So did his first century audience. So how would Jesus have understood his world, his times, his life, and his mission? Where would he fit in the story of creation, crisis, calling, and conflict? For example, when Jesus is speaking of the kingdom, Jesus is invoking his memory of King David, the great king under whose reign the Jewish people enjoyed unprecedented peace and prosperity. Jesus is claiming to be a new King David. And when he talks about liberation and exodus and exile language, he goes back even further, invoking the memory of Moses. And when he speaks of a new commandment, when he says things like, "You've heard it said, but I say to you," he's identifying himself as a new lawgiver, also, again, as a new Moses. And when he invokes the idea of being a new rabbi, he's refusing to draw or enforce racial, religious, moral, ethnic, or class barriers. Instead, he's welcoming everyone. Everyone is being welcomed into his community, and he's treating them and loving them with respect. Jesus shows he has a relationship, a kinship, like a family feeling with all people. And in that way, he's like a second Adam, bringing all of creation together. He heals the sick, he raises the dead, he performs exorcisms, he kicks out demons, he confronts injustice. In all the things he does, he identifies himself ultimately with the stories that people had been hearing about God. And he's stating again and again and again to all the people who saw him that they were actually seeing God in the flesh. So we see that Jesus' words indicate what had been happening, what had been happening was now becoming not only possible, but actual. The kingdom was taking root. It was real. In Jesus, this revolutionary message was walking around. This message that something is different, that something is out there, that something is available is Jesus' message. It's Jesus himself.